Hi y'all, Shira Star Goddess. So I'm going to do the topic video about how to transmute a negative energy into positive energy, or negative situations into positive situations for yourself, because you can't really turn a negative situation around for someone else. They have to do the work themselves, or you can try to show them how to do it, but this is more of a personal, thing. So first of all, I'm going to talk about fear and guilt have a lot to do with negative energy, okay? When you remove fear and you remove guilt from the situation, there's less negative energy surrounding it. So for example, someone asked me about their coworker, like I'm surrounded by negative people at work, I do a good job, but they still talk about me and blah, 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 my coworkers. And how do I get past this? Okay. First of all, you have to ask yourself a few questions. Okay. Why do they do this? Okay. It's not because they don't like you. It's because if you are doing a good job, you're making them look bad. Okay. If you take a little bit longer to do your work than they do, they're upset because you care about your job more than they do, and you're probably happier with your job than they are. Okay, because no one rushes through their work and does something halfway when they're like really happy to do their job. So a lot of people like to hate on other people just because they make them look bad. So maybe that's why. Maybe if you looked at it from that perspective, you would feel like you were on a pedestal instead of being hated on, because in order to hate someone, you have to admire them first. Okay, just remember that. There's something about them that bothers other people because they don't have it, or they can't relate to it, or they can't live up to it. So first of all, ask yourself why they're doing this. And then even if you have to lie to yourself and make it up to make yourself feel better about it and have that false confidence, then do it if it's going to make you feel better. You could say, hey, you know what? I know they're hating on me because I'm so good at what I do, and I actually like my job, and I'm good at my job. If I were them, I would hate on me too. Get in line. You could say something like that, and when you look at them and they're talking and laughing behind your back, you can just look at them and say, yeah, but you're talking about me, aren't you? I'm not talking about you, but my name is in your mouth, which means what? Right. Okay. I'm the S, right? So you can look at it from that point of view and be arrogant about it and turn that negative energy into conceit. You can turn it into confidence. You can turn it into a humor like I just did, and you can just see it like that, and it won't bother you as much because you know that they're beneath you now and what their opinion doesn't matter. Okay. So another way to transmute negative into positive is to look at things from a different perspective. Okay. Maybe you and that person are being compared to one another and you don't know about it. Maybe the boss is saying, hey, you need to do more work. You need to do things more like such and such. You need to do more work like, you need to do more work like this person. Okay. Maybe you're being compared and she hates you for doing such a good job that now she has to do something equal or similar. Okay, because there are situations where a boss will pull another person in the room and say, hey, you see such and such, she does a good job, you need to follow her, you need to do how she does, you need to get stuff turned in on time like her, you need to go over your stuff more, if you need to take a little longer to do it, you need to double check things, she's more accurate than you, blah 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 blah. Sometimes you're being compared to someone you don't even know, so look at it like that. And sometimes people are just not gonna like you. Okay, people are just not gonna like you because they are not you. Okay, some people are just mad at themselves for not being you. Okay, you just have to face the facts. So you have to say, okay, well, I know y'all mad because y'all ain't me. Whatever, I'd be mad too if I wasn't me. And just keep it moving. You can't take anything personal. You have to flip it in your mind. You have to flip the perspective in your mind, even if it's probably not true. It's true in your mind, and that's how you're gonna look at them. Okay, this is how you transmute negative into positive. Okay, and when you start treating them like that, they're going to stop messing with you anyway, because they can't get to you anymore. They see it's making you more confident. It's making you better. You're laughing at them now for laughing at you. Now they feel stupid. Okay? So you have to do this. This is the best way to transmute any type of workplace drama. Okay? So another way, like, let's just say, for example, if you if you live in the house with a negative person in your family and they're always downing your ideas and they're strict, like if you have parents, or like if you're married to someone who puts you down, or if you're a frenemy who you thought was your friend is always throwing negative jabs at you and it has become real negative lately, how do you handle that? It's, you just have to correct them. Okay? You just have to correct them. You say, just listen to what they say. Let them get it all out. Let them get all their negative stuff out. It's like, you know what? That is so negative. That's just so negative. Oh my gosh. Do you realize how negative you are? Point out their flaw and be astounded by it, because they might not realize they're being negative. And, they might say, you know what? She's right. Maybe I can be a little bit more positive. Or you should just record the negativity. You record it on your phone and then play it back for the person. Like, do you see how negative you sound? Oh my gosh. This is really negative. And maybe use it as a teaching moment. If you can't, and this person is just dominant, or they don't care what you think, just sing a song in your head while they're spewing their negativity, or count how many times they say the word can't. And then point it out to them at the end of the sentence. Like, do you know how many times you said you can't do something? You said it like, I was keeping count because I really wasn't listening to what you were saying. I was just counting can't. You said can't 50 times. Do you realize how negative that is? And just point it out to them, okay? They will take a look at themselves and they will say, dang, I did feel like can't a lot, and this is how you transmute or begin the transmutation of your environment. If you just live in a negative environment and it's dangerous, or it's poor, or it's just crappy, or it just sucks and you don't like it, create an environment inside your house, in your room, in your backyard that you do like. Transform your space, transmute your space into something you like. Just because the outside and the city or the town or wherever you live is not what you want, you can change your house, your decor. You can change your paint on your walls. You don't have to live in that. And you'd be surprised at what a color on your wall can do for you, So just try to look at things from different perspectives. Try to make light of things. Try to see the good in things instead of the bad. Try to not feel guilt about things and just say, hey, I don't feel guilty about that. That's your problem. Okay, don't put that on me. I'm just going to keep it moving. You can't always involve yourself. You can't always dive into the negativity. You have to look at the negativity from the outside and laugh at it. You have to look at the negativity from the outside and think about what you're going to change to turn it into positivity. You can't go inside the negativity. You can't absorb yourself with other people's negativity. You have to stand on the outside and not be consumed by it. Like I said, if you're sitting there speaking to someone who's just so negative, oh, you're never going to do this, oh, you're never going to do that, you're not going to be this kind of person. Count all the negative words that they said. And then tell them at the end, when they're finished talking, you said can't, don't, not, 105 times. And first of all, they're going to be mad because they know you weren't listening to them. And you were too busy counting all their negative words. So they feel like they just wasted energy and time on you. They're going to feel drained instead of you feeling drained. They're going to feel drained. So you kind of flip the script on them. You're sitting there looking at them as a spectacle, and you're observing them and you're picking them apart. And instead of them doing that to you, now you're doing it to them. And you're saying, hey, dang, this person is negative. And that's all that they feel now, that you're going to see them as a negative person. So of course the next time you see them, they're going to try to be a little bit more positive around you, because now they've been branded negative and you've been counting all their negative words, and now they feel like they're being analyzed and scrutinized. Okay, so you have to flip the script on people sometimes. I do that to my mom, because like she used to be so negative, and I actually used to just let her talk for like an hour. I'm gonna be like, do you realize how negative you sound? If I had recorded that on video and showed my friend, they would probably say that they felt sorry for me because of how negative you are about certain things. And I love my mom, but she's just grew up in a different time, in a different era. And the way she views the world, her fear factors are very different from mine. So I've been teaching her, and she's actually been evolving, so that's a good thing. But I pointed out to her, because if you don't point it out to someone, especially if you love them, you know, how are they supposed to improve? You know, so you can actually help someone else evolve as well out of that negative thinking if you just sit back and analyze them as they're analyzing you or telling you about yourself. You can just sit back and analyze them thinking that they're analyzing you, but really you're just analyzing them. And then when they finish their whole rant, don't feed into it. Don't banter back and forth. Just let them talk. Let them talk. Just like But you're keeping count. Even if you're not keeping count, just make up a number in your head, because they don't know. Okay? Just like, do you know you said 15 negative words? Wow, that's a lot. You know, and then you can say, you know, that's just a lot, you know. Are you sure you're happy? You know, then go in on them and they'll see how it feels. Okay, so just try not to let it get to you. Don't take things personal. Be analytic when negativity comes your way. Analyze things, see it from a different perspective, and say, you know what, I'm too good for this negativity. Okay, I'm too good for negativity. Okay, I'm going to analyze it from the outside, and I'm going to tell you how to fix it. Don't get caught up in it. Don't argue back and forth. If you're arguing back and forth and you're only doing it to get psychic energy, like if you're a psychic vampire and you're only doing it to get psychic energy, make sure you can win. Okay, because if they can win, it's not going to be good for you. Okay, I know trolls know this on the internet, but I'm just saying, don't get into it with somebody if you want to transmute negativity into a positive situation. Okay, so like, don't go back and forth with your mom. Don't go back and forth with your husband. Don't go back and forth with, you know, people at work. Just listen and observe and shake your head and smile, like, you know, you're wasting my time. You're beneath me. I don't even know why I'm sitting here listening to you. Like, your opinion really doesn't matter. I feel sorry for you. You know, body language speaks a lot, you know. So the next time someone is making fun of you or talking bad about you behind your back at work or whatever, just whenever you see them in the hall or whatever, walk by and just look them up and down. And it's like, I know you're talking about me. I know I look good. I know I do my job right. I'm probably going to get promoted before you. I would hate to if I were you. You know, walk by with that confidence, with that arrogance, because you need it. You need it, and they will stop bothering you. Once they see that it's making you stronger, they will say, oh my God, she thinks we're just sitting here talking about her all day. She feels like she's important or something, and we're giving her all our time and attention, and she just feels like she's above us now, and she's not even like on our level anymore. She feels like she's, you know, they're gonna stop talking about you because it's giving you power. Okay, so it's all about how you see things and how you react to things and how you don't react to things. Okay, so you just have to analyze your negative situation and figure out how to turn it to your advantage. That's just it. Okay, and you can't feel guilty about it, and you can't take things personally. Okay, all is mental. All right, I'll see you guys later.